his shoe line was on. Oh, bro, I can leave this shoe myself. Look at this shit. This shit is all over. Stop playing this shit. I don't give a fuck about the moves. They start shooting by like what? Oh, who is this, bro? How that? Nah, You get stuck out of bounds. Hmm. And if a Gabe over there just looking dumb as hell. I like that. Oh, I didn't even know you can do that shit. Bitch. You really trying to get out. Boy, you need something. This shit. It's cool. That nigga came back in. That's crazy. I thought he was stuck forever. Fucking retarded. Mm, that's good. Bitch! What you want? Ah, me too. Ugh. So, I am Brian Cole, bro. Bitch. Mhm. Mm. He should start shooting by his fucking self. I'm like, these niggas doing combos like this. Bro. What the fuck? Damn. I didn't even know you could do that. I hate when she like that. I don't tell him. He's on. Bitch. money, Ma. Okay. What? Shit smell better. And I wish I had a phone, bro. As fuck. Fuck is the score? And fixing these scores. I don't know him. Yeah. So when it Busy.
Mm. This shit hard. It's loud. Wow. couldn't ever get this nigga shot for real. And he couldn't either. I hate this nigga shot, bro.
Dollar Tree shake. These lines.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. And tonight, we've got the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Houston Rockets here at Toyota Center. Brian Anderson here, joined by our analysts, Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, plus reporting from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. And a look at Minnesota's opening lineup, Towns and Gobert, the towering big men at the 4 and the 5. Filling in the wings, Edwards and McDaniels. And it's Conley in at the 1 spot. And for the Rockets, Smith plays the 4 with Şengün at center. Porter Jr. and Green are the backcourt set, and it's Martin in at the 3. And these are two high-flying teams, Grant. Loads of athleticism on the floor. What's it like to play in a game like this?
Oh, B.A., it is the best. It's so much fun. I mean, of course, here we're expecting lots of fast breaks, dunks, just in general, a lot of action. And, of course, the fans love these type of games. I can't wait.
Now Conley, outside Edwards. Gobert inside. Green covering. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
How quickly does Rudy Gobert move off the screen? His mobility makes him a tough cover in the pick and roll.
Şengün against Gobert. Smith outside. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
And just continuing to impress at every level. Smith Jr. was a 5-star recruit, led Auburn to a great season as a freshman, and he's just starting to tap into his potential now.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Smith Jr. with incredible upside, Grant. And he's got the work ethic to make it all happen.
Yeah, he really does, B.A. He's a humble guy. He puts in extra time at practice, and it really shows in his skill set. Just very advanced for his age.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. Edwards, the pass to Conley. Now here's McDaniels. Pass to Towns with a 9-footer. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Boy, Rudy Gobert, usually the recipient of that kind of pass. That was nicely done, Rudy.
Porter finds Şengün. Now Smith. The shot that time not on target. Good D by Gobert. Here's Edwards. Drops in the layup for 2.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards in the painted area is going to be a force. Size, strength, and hops. Look out.
Green, the pass to Porter. Martin with a screen on Conley. Here's Porter. The shot no good. And Minnesota the other way with it now. And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control.
Towns a screen on Martin for 3. Conley. Smith with the rebound. Well, you know the Timberwolves are a young squad, Doris. When will it be their time, you think?
I think, B.A., when you have a talent that is the anchor of your organization, which they have in Karl Anthony Towns, Cat is one of the most talented big men, most polished offensive players that we've seen in the NBA. Couple him with Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert, and I think you now have to start looking to be a consistent winner. I am anxious to see what this team does this year. Karl Anthony Towns, too big, too strong, too high off his feet.
Porter, the pass to Şengün. Here's Green. The rebound by the Timberwolves.
That is a rarity. When he takes flight, he usually hammers it home.
Pass to Conley. Now here's Edwards. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's going to go on Jalen Green.
Let's remember, Anthony Edwards is 6'5" with a 6'9" wingspan. Those long arms, very difficult to deal with defensively. Draws the contact there.
And he drops it first.
Boy, young talents like Anthony Edwards, so exciting to watch. You know, you've got to adapt to the NBA and continue to grow and reach your potential. But there's this infectious joy and a great smile that he plays with.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Anderson comes in for Towns. Prince is checked in for McDaniels. And it's Noel in for Mike Conley. And both free throws good for Edwards. For Houston, they've gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Outside Porter. Outside Tate. Back to Porter. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. The T-Wolves on top, up 9. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Timberwolves?
Well, they clearly came into this game focused on sharing the ball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
They've got Josh Christopher. He's out there with Kevin Porter. And it's Garuba in at the 5, down low. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Here's Tate. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game. Well, you know it takes courage to draw charges. Guys get trucked all the time, and they still call a blocking foul. You think more of those should be no calls, Grant?
You know, B.A., courage is the right word. If you're willing to step in there and sacrifice your body for the sake of the team, you know what? If you don't give them a charge, I prefer the no call. I like that idea.
When you watch Taurean Prince play, you know it's about team. This guy finds the open man and loves delivering it.
Here's Christopher. Reed with the rebound.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Hey, I got to admit, I like how the Rockets are approaching their rebuild. This summer, drafting Jabari Smith and Tari Eason, 2 versatile forwards to go with the other young talents. It feels like the picture is starting to come into focus in Houston.
Now here's Porter. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pass to Tate. A minute 22 left in the second period. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Porter from downtown. Counted from distance. Porter's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And Minnesota calls time here.
You know, last year was all about forward progress for the Timberwolves, recording their second winning season since 2005, getting on track for future success.
Timberwolves going with a whole new group out there. Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. McDaniels passes to Gobert. Pass to Edwards. And here's McDaniels. Shot clock at 5. And it's Martin with the rebound. Houston has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Christopher drives in. The shot's good.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Outside Edwards. Sinks the tray. Edwards has got 7.
Well, the work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
Smith outside. Martin with a screen on Towns. Here's Smith. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
His nimbleness makes him a unique threat at the rim.
Outside Edwards. Off the mark there with a 3. And so it's Minnesota earning this break in the action, up 10. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Carl, you were able to build the lead, but what's the key to maintaining it or even increasing it going forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. Just stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense, and just keep making them think and make decisions, especially the difficult ones.
Consistency is a beautiful thing. Thanks, Carl.
Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Boy, you got to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
You know, I'm not really sure what defenders can do to slow him down. He's just too skilled.
Well, perhaps the most impressive thing has been his incredible consistency. This guy is a great player who always brings a ton of energy. What a great half.
On the court for Minnesota. Filling in the wings, Edwards and McDaniels. Towns plays the 4 with Gobert in the middle. And it's Conley in at point guard. Again, the miss by Edwards.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Boy, you look at Jalen Green. All the tools to be a star.
It may take some time. Now, growing up, he was always the most talented, but he is a gym rat and a worker, a grinder. So I bet on him to reach his full potential soon.
Minnesota in the lead. McDaniels inside. He's against Martin. McDaniels passes to Edwards. And he makes it on the layup. Edwards has got 9 points.
Taking the contact in the NBA is such a critical skill. Anthony Edwards, the frame and the game.
Green up top, guarded by Edwards from 6 feet away. And it's off the back of the rim, no good. Minnesota shooting almost 70% from the floor. Sensational. A minute 22 left in the third. Gobert with a screen on Green. Shot from 12. That one doesn't drop. And Houston will come the other way.
And guys, what I like about the Rockets, they have stockpiled talent. I know they're young, but they focused on getting as many pieces as they can.
Now here's Green. Looking for his first basket, still in this one. Oh, and Towns with the block.
Karl Anthony Towns twice on the pipe. Send it back, big fella.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Pass to Edwards. Over Green. Shot is good by Edwards. 11 points in the game.
Well, if you find yourself in between in that mid-range area, Anthony Edwards so confident. Rise and fire, young sir.
Şengün, a screen on Edwards. The Rockets with another miss. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Well, Anthony Edwards came into the league with a reputation as a scorer. He is starting to hum a little bit right here.
And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. Timberwolves ahead, leading by 14. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Kevin Porter is out there with Josh Christopher. Then it's Smith. Then it's Frank Kaminsky. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Pass to Conley. To the middle. Here's Towns. It's rebounded by Houston.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Porter with it, picked up by Reed. Out to the wing. Reed against Smith. 5 on the clock. Nice D from Reed. Minnesota shooting an insane 65%. Just terrific. Pass to Anderson. Here's Towns. Ooh, the turnaround jumper, count it. And the Timberwolves lead by 16.
In the modern NBA, the three-level score is so hard to deal with. Karl Anthony Towns in the mid-range, that's money.
Now here's Smith. Down low. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
How about the big guy attacking the rim? The throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
Smith's gone 2 of 4 from the field. A minute 37 left in the fourth. Anderson against Smith. Conley passes to Reed. Here's Rivers. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. Now here's Porter. Pass to Christopher. Picked by Kaminsky. 13 feet out. Christopher misses. The Timberwolves have gotten just one shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth.
And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Timberwolves.
Offensively, they made the most of their trips.
They found multiple ways to score consistently, and a little luck doesn't hurt them either. They also got some nice bounces off the rim tonight, too.
And what a huge performance it was for Anthony Edwards.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Now here's Porter. Pass to Kaminsky. Conley against Porter. Smith with it. Takes the 3. That one no good. Just let the clock run out.
Hey, it's time to celebrate.
Conley with the ball. And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, BA. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
All right, I'm with Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, congratulations on the victory. What was key in getting the win here tonight?
I mean, we played like we wanted it more. You know, we came out here and we just did a lot of great defensive stops. It wasn't offensive. It was more defensive. We did a great job. We got those 50-50 balls, put us in a nice position.
We can see and feel that desperation. Congrats on the win.
All right, Allie, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson alongside our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for watching. Now it's time for the New Balance Player of the Game, Anthony Edwards.
Daddy out of he just came home.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. Good afternoon, everyone. We're about to get started with some Saturday NBA action brought to you by 2K Sports. Joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Out on the perimeter, it's Caldwell Pope and Porter Jr. Gordon steps in at the 4 with Jokic in at center. And it's Murray in at point guard. And for the Heat, the wing set for him, Hero and Butler. Adebayo is out there with Martin, and it's Lowry in at the 1. And Greg, you were talking about this. What you appreciate about this matchup, the team-first mindset on both sides.
Very unselfish, and we're going to see guys moving the ball. And, Kevin, they play for one another. That's why these clubs rack up so many assists.
And so the tip-off, it's Miami. Caldwell Pope against Hero. Knocked loose, stolen by Gordon. 4-on-3 break. Caldwell Pope with it. Butler covering.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Greg, looking at the shooting numbers of Michael Porter Jr., they're off the charts.
I mean, his first full year in the league, Porter Jr. was top 20 in field goal percentage, top 10 in three-point percentage. Incredible numbers for a 6'10 wing.
Now here's Caldwell Pope after Tyler Hero's miss. Murray for 3. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Outside, Hero. Fades and shoots. Rebound by Murray.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. Might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Now Caldwell Pope after Tyler Hero's three-pointer that didn't go.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Miami no good on that time either. For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Murray against Lowry. On the wing, Porter. That's in there. Murray with the assist. Porter's got 5 points so far.
And such a sharp shooter from outside the arc. Porter just superb at knowing when to fire from deep.
And Adebayo throws it down.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Murray looking around. Here's Jokic, and he banks in the layup.
And this is where Jokic is most comfortable. The closer he is to the rim, the more effective he becomes.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Caldwell Pope outside. 27 seconds left in the first quarter. Murray, good.
And you can't fall asleep against Murray, especially when he's got great interior positioning. The D has got to be better.
Now, Hero. Four on the clock. Tries it from 19. And so the first quarter is in the books. Denver on top, up by 5. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified the right matchups, and the execution is there.
Taking a look at the Nuggets, we've got Brown. Porter is out there with Green. Then it's Thomas Bryant. And it's Smith in at the point. Butler, no good. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Green. Victor Oladipo grabs the miss. The Heat trail by 5.
Man, such a young, exciting core for the Nuggets. The MVP, Jokic, Michael Porter Jr., and Jamal Murray. This group has a chance to be a contender for years to come.
Now, here is Robinson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
Outside, Porter. It's Bryant, high post. Jacks up a 3. And another miss by Denver. With Jokic, I mean, the potential, Greg, of this Denver team, they've got so much of it. But what is the key for them to actually reach it?
Kevin, simply health. I mean, they need Murray and MPJ to be out there. Those two have had major injury issues. Jokic is a generational talent, but the man needs help.
Now, here's Porter. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go. Denver passing it around. Passes it to Porter. A 3-ball. Hits it from three-point range. Porter's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nuggets.
And a smooth shooting stroke off the catch. Porter clearly excels in those situations.
Robinson sets a screen for Butler. A wide open look here for Oladipo. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Now here's Bryant. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yes, you do, but it's a dilemma. If you get a great look earlier in the clock, do you take it?
Love the pass to Oladipo. Back to Love. Pass to Butler. Over Smith. Butler, no good.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Nuggets lead by 5. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot, guys. With Mike Malone, as the second half approaches, Coach, what are you looking for?
Execution, pace and purpose with everything that we do, and making sure that when we call a set, we know what we're trying to accomplish and get the ball to where our players can be effective.
We'll see if they can fix that in the second half. Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. One guy who's been getting it done is Michael Porter.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
At the guard spots, Lowry and Hero. Caleb Martin out there with Bam Adebayo. And it's Butler in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Good on the bucket.
And that's just good physical play by Jokic. Goes hard on the offensive glass there for the second chance hoop.
Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. The three. That shot, no good. The Heat trail by 7. You know, Smitty, what's incredible about Miami's D, they don't need to block a ton of shots to protect the rim.
Kevin, it's all about awareness, communication, and positioning. Whether they're in zone or man, they stay completely connected almost every possession.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Michael Porter Jr. was a top prospect in his high school class, but his back injury has presented a constant challenge. He says, it changed my perspective. I'm just going to get up every day and try to be better than I was the day before. If I'm giving my best every day, then I'm good. Back to you guys.
Well, you hope he stays healthy. That has been a concern. Thanks, David. Now, Hero, following the three-point attempt by Jokic. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Over to the left wing. Here's Jokic. He's on target from 8 feet out. And it's 6 points for Jokic.
And how about taking the contact on the way up? Jokic doesn't shy away from an aggressive defense.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
And the first time out of the game called for the Heat. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Kevin Love's checked in for Martin. Duncan Robinson comes in for Butler. Max Strus is checked in for Tyler Hero. And it's Gabe Vincent in for Kyle Lowry. The Nuggets also changing it up. Zeke Naji, he's checked in for Michael Porter. Bruce Brown comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Jackson in for Murray. Two minutes into the second half of play now. Here's Vincent, guarded by Jackson. And again, it's the Heat missing. The Nuggets leading by 9. On the pass to Naji. Gordon for 3. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. 40 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Outside Robinson. Love right side. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Denver's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Pass to Jackson. The Nuggets moving the ball around. And Jokic with the basket on the assist by Jackson. Jokic has got 6 points in the quarter.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Here's Adebayo. And so it's Denver. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We come back right after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Heat. 11-point game. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Gordon steps in at the 4 with Jokic in at center. Jamal Murray is out there with Bruce Brown. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3. Hero, no good. The Nuggets shooting for the game at 42%. Murray outside. Gordon the pass to Caldwell Pope. And that one's good. Jokic has got the lead up to 13 now for the Nuggets. You know, Greg, we know to win at the highest level, you need your star players to show up in the big games. With that in mind, what's the key?
You know, it's their will and their ability to fight. If you look at the great ones, even when things haven't gone their way, they continue to scratch and claw and do everything in their power to try and get the W.
Here's Murray after Tyler Hero's bucket. Brown sets a screen for Murray. Over to the wing. Jokic inside. He's guarded by Adebayo. And it's Jokic missing. The Heat trail by 11. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
The confidence continuing to grow off the board. Adebayo takes it right back up.
1:30 left to play here in the fourth. Drops in the layup for 2.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
And Adebayo throws it down.
Showing off the dynamic athleticism, Bam is no stranger to rocking the rim.
Murray outside. Here's Jokic. And that one hits back iron. The Heat have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Vincent. Pulls up. It's hauled in by Gordon.
Well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Now here's Murray. Pass to Jokic. Shot clock at 6. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
Here's Hero. Following the basket by Jokic. Vincent. That 3 off the mark. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now Murray. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Nicola, they are an explosive offensive team tonight, so what was the key to getting the win?
We just wanted to run. Jamal said when they score, don't put your head down, you just run. Rebound the ball and run. Make them play in our pace. And we play kind of good defense, and it's a huge victory for us.
I think you need a tissue. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. As New Balance presents our player of the game, Nikola Jokic.
Burn away the guilt we been trained. Only pain can make.
Hi, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports NBA action. It's coming up. Welcome, everyone. Courtside with two ex-NBA stars, Grant Hill and Brent Barry. I'm Brian Anderson. We've got Allie LaForce on the sidelines tonight as well. So the opening lineup here for the Clippers. The two-way threats of George and Leonard are the wing pair. Morris and Zubac play together in the front court, and it's Westbrook in at the 1. And for the Pistons, it's Cunningham and Ivy at the 1 and the 2. Isaiah Stewart out there with Duren, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. And this matchup, a little bit of a rarity now, Grant. Neither team in a hurry to get in transition.
Yeah, B.A., these teams have almost a throwback style to how they play. They don't want to get up and down and play fast. They want to go slow, and that takes players who have patience and discipline. Tonight will be a tactical battle.
So the Clippers win the tip. Leonard against Bogdanovich. Morris, a screen on Bogdanovich. Here's Leonard. The Pistons clear it.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Here's Cunningham. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And Cade, at his size, when he's going in there and willing to get dirty, it's a great way to pick up extra points.
Pass to Zubac. Back to Leonard. Now Zubac. George outside. Just 3 to shoot. Second chance shot. And Zubac with the lay-in.
Making the most of that possession. Unwilling to give up on the play.
Westbrook against Cunningham. Pass to Duren. And there's a 3-second violation. The Clippers have gone 1 for 3 so far.
And in Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren, the Pistons taking arguably the 2 best athletes in the 22 draft. The youth movement is on, and Detroit is definitely fun to watch.
And sometimes it just feels like Leonard enjoys converting on the difficult shots. It feels like backbreakers to the opponents.
Now here's Cunningham. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
And Cade Cunningham, one of those 6'6", 6'7" guards that's really skilled, so a tough matchup for most wings and really too big for most guards. That's where his advantage lies.
Cade Cunningham at the line for 2.
That free throw good from Cunningham. Brent, you think we're going to see more guys with the skills of Cade at his height?
I do, B.A. I think just the advanced training in the offseason and development of these guys, they're coming into the league with a much more refined skill set, and Cade Cunningham is certainly in that basket of players.
And he can't hit the second.
And Cunningham with that #1 selection, lots of expectations for him, so a steep learning curve to get to the level that he wants to play at, but he's got a great work ethic, and he's going to give you his best effort every night.
Westbrook can't hit. 1:11 left to play in the first. Out left to the wing. Here's Ivy. George defending. They grab their own miss. Pass to Duren. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
And that streaking rack attack is the Mobile One drive.
Yeah, taking the onus on himself to make something happen. Got it into the teeth of the defense and made them pay. Well, we talk about the value of great rim protection. That's a shot he typically makes.
32 seconds left in the first. Ivy's shot is off. The Clippers trail. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Westbrook missing again. The Pistons have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Cunningham up top. Leonard defending. Cunningham against Leonard. From deep. No luck on that one. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Pistons ahead, leading by a point. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
Well, a big differentiator was their ability to generate offense by pounding the glass.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
So here are the 5 for the Clippers to start the second. Mason Plumlee out there with Nicholas Batum. Then it's Terrence Mann. Then it's Norman Powell. And it's Highland in at the 1.
Yeah, back in the day when I was playing, the Clippers were always an easy win. Now, L.A. is consistently a playoff team. Boy, oh boy, how times have changed.
Here's Mann. It's Powell on the wing. With the fadeaway. It's wide right, hits off the rim.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up, and you can't knock it down.
Pass to Livers. Wiseman with it. Here's the pick. Here's Livers. Jacks up a 3. Nails it from 3. And your last year in the league, the 12-13 season, you played for the Clippers.
Yes, I did, and a great team at that. Blake Griffin, CP3, all in their primes. We won the division for the first time in Clippers history. Team record 56 wins. That year was big in the turnaround for LA.
Hey, shot's good.
They're locked in and focused on making each possession a success.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
And the Clippers with the ball, following the score by Detroit. Powell outside. That's tipped. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Well, Paul George has certainly endured his share of criticism in the past, but he said, quote, "I can't worry about that. It comes with the job. I am who I am. They can judge me on what they want. I'm going to go out there and hoop and give it everything I've got." And guys, he brings a lot to the table.
No question. He is elite, Allie. Thank you. Here's Highland. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. Pass to Powell. Oh, they need this. And it's Bagley with the rebound. The Pistons have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Wiseman. Count it. Wiseman's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Killian Hayes is a PG, and he's got vision, so you get open, he'll find you.
Yeah, just hold for the last shot. Don't give them another possession at all.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Powell outside. And so it's Detroit earning this break in the action, up 10. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
All right, thanks so much. I'm here with Dwayne Casey. Coach, are you pleased with the aggression getting downhill?
Well, it's one thing we have to do. We have to play with some force, get to the basket, get to the paint. Our paint numbers are off the charts once we get the ball in the paint. And I thought like our guys did it tonight.
I hope they can stay in attack mode. Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break, ready for the third quarter. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. And so it's Detroit with it. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game. It's Cunningham and Ivy at the 1 and the 2. Isaiah Stewart out there with Bojan Bogdanovic. And it's Duren in at the 5 down low. That's the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half.
You look at the Pistons, and this team has been trying to build something here. Has been struggling to do so as of late, but first pick in Cade Cunningham, a really huge draft in 2022 with some young talent coming in. This is a very young and very exciting team now.
Here's Cunningham after the Clippers picking up a basket just a moment ago. Shoots over Westbrook, and he tries it off the glass, but it's no good. Cunningham's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Right, and the Pistons have had several very high draft picks, Brent, but so far, the pieces they've added just haven't totally meshed together.
Well, maybe from the previous year's BA, but I think the combination that they put together for this upcoming season and moving forward is going to really gel and produce some excitement for this fan base in Detroit.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, the Pistons focusing on improving their scoring. Coach Dwayne Casey said, quote, "This is an offensive league. In today's game, you've got to be able to shoot the 3 because you can't make enough 2s to win. It's tough to defend the 3, so you've got to keep that scoreboard moving." Back to you.
Floor spacing at a premium, Allie. Thank you. Now here's George. Well, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Zubac. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. Both teams will make substitutions.
Ivica Zubac at the line for 1.
The free throw drops from Zubac. The 2021-22 season felt like a lost one for the Clippers. Kawhi and Paul George both hurt.
So true. I mean, but B.A., those two together, healthy, are scary. A finals-level duo. It kind of shows you how you can plan, build an awesome roster, but injuries can derail it all.
Wiseman just has that great rebounding range to be in there and make something happen for a second chance bucket.
George passes to Covington. It's good. Set up beautifully by George.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Now here's Bogdanovic. Wiseman a screen on George. There's Bogdanovic with the 3. The Clippers have gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Westbrook outside. To the inside, Zubac. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
Incredible assist there from Gordon. Just an awesome job getting his teammates involved in that play.
Here's Cunningham. Yep, count it. Cunningham's got 5 points.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
For 3, George. Detroit with a rebound. Cunningham outside. The 3 is up. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Pistons ahead, leading by 5. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter when we return.
13.
And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. The Clippers trail. And so in the game for the Clippers, at small and power forward, it's George and Leonard. Terrence Mann is out there with Norman Powell. And it's Plumlee in at the 5.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Pass to Ivey. Now here's Hayes. Oh, there's the alley. No good. A bit long that time. And for Los Angeles, they're shooting 35% so far in this one. Now here's Plumlee. Here's Leonard. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. That's on Isaiah Stewart.
You can't be reckless guarding Kawhi Leonard. He feels out defenders so well and exploits them when they overcommit.
Kawhi Leonard at the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
A guy who keeps to himself quite a bit. Kawhi Leonard more tries to lead by example and holds himself to the highest standards on the floor.
And the Pistons making a change here. Livers is checked in. Morris, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And Leonard drops them both.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
Pass to Livers. And here's Wiseman. To the paint. Shot's good by Livers. And the Pistons lead by 5.
And Wiseman, that long frame and that left hand, able to whip that pass to his teammate.
Here's Leonard. It doesn't go for him. And Detroit will go the other way with it. Here's Ivey. Pass to Wiseman. Goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy. Now it's a 7-point Detroit lead.
And Wiseman showing off his power that time.
Out to Powell. We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. Plumlee. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Burks, he's checked in for Detroit. Cade Cunningham comes in for Hayes. Gordon, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Westbrook comes in for Mann. Throw is off from Plumlee. The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 to open the 4th quarter. Ivey. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Defense making it pretty easy for Cade Cunningham here. You can't leave someone wide open on his team.
Morris, a screen on Cunningham. Pass to Morris. Beyond the arc. Rebound Detroit. They've led by as much as 10. Cunningham outside. Wiseman, a screen on Plumlee. Cunningham passes to Wiseman. Yep, that one goes.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Timeout called, the Clippers. They're trailing by 9. 52 seconds left in the 4th quarter here. for the Pistons. Duran, he's checked in for Wiseman. And it's Bojan Bogdanovic in for Burks. Zubats, he's checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Gordon. .52 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Pass to George. The three. The shot comes out, and it's Detroit the other way. Here's Ivy. Cunningham outside. Bogdanovic on the wing. 6 to shoot. Westbrook against Cunningham. Banked it in off the glass. And now it's an 11-point Pistons lead.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on. And that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
So we see the Pistons taking the W here. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity on both ends of the floor, and they didn't allow their mistakes to get the better of them.
And that about wraps it up. For Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. As we present our New Balance Player of the Game, James Wiseman.
Who say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
To celebrate our nation, that was Skylar Cole with tonight's national anthem performance. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Saturday afternoon presentation of NBA basketball, right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. And now Washington's starting group. Morris and Beal are the guards. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Gafford in at the 5 spot. And for the Rockets, the post pairing for him, Smith along with Şengün. Porter Jr. is the point with Green on the wing. And it's Martin in at the small forward. A lot of focus on the guard matchup tonight, Greg. Both these teams rely on their backcourts to lead the way for them.
And if anything, it should make for an entertaining basketball game. And it becomes a little bit of a chess match when it's a backcourt duel. Those are always fun.
Here we go. Tip-off goes to Houston. Outside, Green. And he lays it straight in.
Green, because of his creativity and athleticism, carving up the defense with ease.
And with that lightning first step of Jalen Green, very few defenders have a chance of keeping him in front.
Gafford finds Beal. Morris outside. Gafford is screen on Porter. 6 on the shot clock. And Gafford throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
And Greg, one thing about that blinding speed of Green, he's got to make his reads faster as well.
I think the game is slowing down for him, though, Kevin. And that and speeding up his shot release will make him even tougher to deal with.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Jabari Smith, of course, with deep family ties, Greg, to the NBA.
His dad being the OG, Jabari. All these guys are in that 6'10", 6'11" range, so great bloodlines.
Both free throws good from Smith.
During the last decade, the 2010s, Houston had loads of success. The 4th most wins in the league during that time. Unfortunately, they never got to the final.
Beal, the pass to Gafford. Count that bucket.
And we continue to see Beal improve as a playmaker. Beautiful pass there.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks. Earlier, I spoke with Stephen Silas. He told me they have to lean on their post game tonight. He wants them to get the ball into the block each time down the floor and pound those guys inside. Sounds like this could be a real physical battle, Kevin. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Now, Gafford. after Jalen Green's three-pointer that didn't go. Gafford kicks to Beal. And the three off target. For the Rockets during the 2010s, Clark, all winning seasons.
Yeah, and you know, the biggest reason that Houston didn't reach the finals in my mind was the West was loaded. The Spurs were always a contender. OKC had a nice run. And, of course, during that time, the Warriors became dynastic.
Morris dishes to Beal. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And it's clear how confident Beal is. The closer he gets, the more his eyes light up trying to score.
And you love seeing that great Mobile One drive a second time.
And you gotta love the aggression that he had taking it to the rim there. Sets the tone in a close game like this one.
Now here's Green. We've got 33 seconds left in the first. Great D that time from Beal. The Wizards with the lead. Morris, left side, from 18 feet away. Rebound by Smith.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
He gets it in there.
Showing off his inside game, which will complement Green's game on the outside. It'll force defenders to have to guard him in different places on the floor.
For this screen on Green. There's Beal with the three, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. It's a tie game here in Houston, and we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
6.
Enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
Boy, I like the aggressive nature they're playing with here. Not playing soft at all. They're going right at them.
So on the floor for Washington, we got DeLon Wright. Porzingis is out there with Avdia. Then it's Kendrick Nunn. And it's Kispert in at the three. Here's Christopher, defended by Nunn. Tate a screen on Wright. Here's Porter, and the layup's good off the glass. Porter's got the lead up to 2 now for Houston. Or just a few years ago, we saw a lot of teams toying with small ball lineups. But I think you'd agree unquestionably, big men are back.
You know, Kevin, I would agree because simply when you look at it, there are a lot of really high-quality big guys that can do it inside and out. And so going small is a less frequent approach at this point, and it's one that poses a lot of challenges in my mind.
And so it's Houston with it after the missed three from Corey Kispert. Launches it. Porter, no luck. And the Wizards with possession, trailing by 2.
And staying healthy for Porzingis has been a challenge over his career. Not uncommon for players standing well above 7 feet.
Nunn can't get it to fall.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
1:31 left in the first half of basketball. Garuba lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And in New York, even before his injuries, the front office voiced concerns about Porzingis' ability to stay healthy.
Well, the track record for players 7-2 and up, not great. And today's game demands more movement from big men than ever before.
Kispert, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Pass to Porter. There's 53 seconds left in the first half. 5 on the clock. Porzingis with the block.
When a guy has a 7'6" wingspan like Porzingis does, it's just tough to get away from him or get by him. That allows him to block a lot of shots.
Now, here's Nunn. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Porzingis sets the pick for Kispert. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Outside, Porter. We've got 13 seconds left in the second quarter. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Porter's got the lead back up to 4 now for Houston. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Rockets lead by 4. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Toyota Center. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Porter Jr. is the point with Green on the wing. The post pairing for him, Smith along with Şengün. And it's Martin in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Stephen Silas. GA, he's asked to carry a big-time scoring load, but Bradley Beal makes his teammates better as well.
And that's an area, Kevin, he has really grown. And his playmaking, when the defense overcommits, you make them pay with the pass.
2 shots.
Throw good, Beal. 2022, Greg, a year for the Washington Wizards with some historic significance.
And it marks 25 years of the Washington Wizards name being on an NBA jersey. A cool moment for the current players who can look back on this franchise and know they're a part of history.
And both free throws good for Beal. GA, the Houston Rockets coming off back-to-back losing seasons, and that has been tough for that franchise and for the city.
And Kevin, no doubt it affects the team's morale. It's hard to find the positives and see the road ahead, but listen, you got to stay strong and focus on just getting better every day.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Now, Jalen Green is on a mission. He says, every time I step on the floor, I always have something to prove to who's ever in those stands. A lot of people will hate on me or have their opinions. I'm just going to think about that when I step on the floor. I'm going to prove everybody wrong. Kevin?
That's a great chip to keep on his shoulder. David, thanks. That ties it up.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And putting that pressure on the rim, that's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Now here's Beal for the lead. And it's good on the layup. Beal's got the lead up to 2 now for the Wizards.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
The Rockets with another miss. And Morris has got the ball here for Washington. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. The shot by Beal, no good. The Rockets have gone 0 of 4 from the field in the second half, yet to find the mark. Porter kicks to Martin. Some nice passing there by Houston. Şengün passes to Smith, and Smith with the stop.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Porzingis can't hit. The Rockets have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Porter against Morris. Porter inside. No good. Shot missing. Now the Wizards take it the other way. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Kuzma finds Beal. Beal with a screen on Smith. Gafford passes to Kuzma. It's taken away by Smith. Inside. Porter, no luck. Outside, Beal over Porter. And that one is good from Bradley Beal. Beal's got 8. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Wizards out front, up 2. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the 4th quarter. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. The Rockets trail. Taking a look at the Wizards. Bradley Beal is out there with Wright. Then there's Kispert. Then it's Avdia. And it's Gafford in at the 5 down low. Now here's Avdia. He's guarded closely. He dishes it to Kispert. It's stolen by Green. Pass to Kaminsky. Takes the 13-footer. Here's Christopher. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Now here's Beal. Rebounded by Kaminsky. 1 minute now into this 4th quarter. To take the lead. Not going to go that time. Now Washington takes it the other way. Now Avdia. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, the defender all over.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off. Shoot 2.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. Kendrick Nunn, he's checked in for Washington. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that gives them the lead.
They're ahead, but if they don't get a stop here, that free throw could prove critical.
Green, the pass to Christopher. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And Beal kicks to Nunn. Good, and Beal picking up the assist. Nunn's got the lead up to 4 now for the Wizards. Green against Beal. Right side, Green. That's tipped. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter. There's the pass to Kispert. No good from outside.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Outside, Green. Smith on the wing. They set the pick. Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're up by 2. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So both teams making some changes here. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, GA?
Guys, I had a chance to find out what Wes Unseld Jr. discussed with his players. This is still a close game, and he told his guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win. Guys?
Thank you, David. There's 49 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And here is Beal from outside the arc. Rebound by Smith. Green left side. To the inside. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
Washington calls timeout. They're up by 2. 24 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And so it's Washington with it. A 2-point game. And so they foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And for a number one option like Brad Beal, you embrace these moments.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
That makes it a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 4. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what's your take?
Trying to stay alive. They've got to work quickly.
Yeah, they're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all.
.23 seconds left in the fourth. Beal against Green. Smith with a screen on Beal. Out to Smith. Puts up a 3. Count it! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Good read from Green there. Getting better at sensing when his teammates are wide open and need the ball.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority. Shoot 2.
And the first of 2, no good. Late breaker. And the second of 2 is good. And will put them up by 2. Timeout called the Rockets. They're down by 2. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
A critical possession, no doubt. We'll see what they draw up.
Here's Green. Smith sets the pick for Green. Ooh, offline. And so it's Washington who scraped by with the win. This win sets a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Brad. Every defensive wrinkle they could think of, they threw at you tonight, the doubles, the traps, but I know that's nothing new for you.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and it's only going to get tougher. But I'm confident in myself and my game, so you know, the more the merrier.
Maybe they'll quintuple team you next time. Congrats on the win, man. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. As we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Bradley Beal.
money on my face.
Welcome, everyone, to 2K Sports presentation of the NBA this Saturday afternoon. Along with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, and we've got our reporter, Allie LaForce. So here are the Jazz starting five. They've got Jordan Clarkson. Kelly Olynyk is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Colin Sexton. And for Philadelphia, up front, it's Tucker at the 4, next to Embiid in the middle. James Harden out there with Tyrese Maxey. And it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward. A matchup of two of the league's top centers tonight, RJ. These kind of battles are different than they were just a few years back.
Yeah, big men, they have really entered into a new phase of dominance. These versatile centers in the league, they can do everything. They can run the floor. They can pass. You can run your offense through. They can shoot from deep. They do a little bit of everything.
Incredible athletes. And it's the Sixers to start out. Harden against Sexton. Here's Harden. Lets the 3 fly. That one is off.
You know, in the past several seasons, there's been one constant with the 76ers. They're going to be among the best defensive teams in the league.
Pass to Olynyk. From deep three-point range. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Now Philadelphia with it. It's a three-point game. The crossover. Clarkson grabs a miss. The Sixers' identity really does center around their defense.
It's so true, B.A., and they've done a great job playing to their strengths. That's the key for any contending team. Maximize your players' talents. Philly has done that as well as anybody.
Now here's Harden. And Tucker gets it to go.
Making a statement here early, going right to the rack. I love it.
Yeah, it's nice to see him be assertive instead of settling for a jump shot, especially in the first quarter.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Low resistance to the finish line.
Yeah, and in close games like this one, B.A., you need toughness. Guys who will run to the fight and get after it.
So it's Utah now, following the score by Philadelphia. Here's Sexton. Misses off the right iron.
It is a shame to see a high percentage look go to waste. You'll be hearing about this one in the locker room, I'm sure.
Outside Tucker. Pass to Embiid. Olynyk with some nice D.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Here's Clarkson. The Jazz again can't hit. For Philadelphia, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Outside Harden. Embiid a screen on Sexton. Harden with it. Picked up by Sexton. And Harden gets the double team. Just 5 on the clock. Embiid from outside. The shot no good. And Utah will come the other way. Markkanen, the pass to Sexton. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Clarkson outside. From deep. The Jazz with another miss.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
Clarkson against Maxey. Outside Tucker. Harris passes to Harden. And Harden with the slam.
Just a beautiful job of scanning the floor, finding the open man. Harris looking to involve his teammates.
And a closely contested grit and grind first quarter comes to a close. The Sixers on top, up by 1. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. This has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, guys, what's your take on the Sixers so far?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
George Niang out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then there's DeAnthony Melton. Then there's McDaniels. And it's Milton in at the point. That's the group for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Ryan, Sixers head coach Doc Rivers earned the nickname Doc back in college for wearing a T-shirt with Julius Erving on it. In the NBA, he said, quote, "The first game I started was against the Sixers. I went over and said, Dr. J, how are you?" And he said, "Doc, how are you?" I said, no, I'm Glenn." But he said, "No, you're Doc." And that made me feel like $1 million, guys.
All right, thanks, Allie. Here's McDaniels. The Jazz making their last shot. McDaniels a screen from deep. Melton. And it's Azubuike with the rebound. Utah leading. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Horton Tucker can't hit. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Outside Milton. Harrell the screen. Milton passes to Harrell. Takes one from 10 feet. And that's good. His first bucket of the game. Grant, we always talk about great footwork from post players, but how about perimeter players?
You know, I'm glad you brought that up, B.A. Great perimeter players have elite footwork. The footwork helps to create the opportunity to score, whether that's shooting a three off the dribble or even in the post-up. Great, elite, fantastic, iconic guards who could do it all have superior footwork. Believe that.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
Now this is who Harrell is, a fighter, someone that is determined to overcome contact and score the ball.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
At the line for your Sixers.
Find the lane. Find the lane. One shot.
At the line for one.